Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Human Narrative. This is your host, Dorinda. It is a pleasure to be back. And today I wanted to talk about something that has been such a beautiful source in my life, throughout my life, and even in the past year, strength and resilience. Something that a lot of us, or all of us, use each and every day, right? And sometimes we don't even acknowledge that we're using this strength and resilience within us in circumstances that we push through. But before we even get started, I love some music, right? So I wanted to talk about, well, play a little bit, Monica. Still standing, one of my fave. Let me share with y'all. Listen, I'm still standing. I love it, Monica, my girl. Oh my goodness. So welcome to the Human Narratives. So I just wanted to start off with something beautiful because today, oh my goodness, has been so beautiful. Not only beautiful, but also some testing moments, right? And that's what life is all about, is having that balance of testing moments and also having that balance of having a beautiful day, or making it intentional for you to turn it into a beautiful day. Got up, went to church, had a great service, worship the Lord, praised on, went for a run, walk, went to visit some family and all of those things. So let me stop at the store and pick up some few things. Stopped at the store and oh my goodness, when I say this one person, I guess, assuming they had told me to move out of the way so they could park, and I didn't pay attention to them, I'm assuming blocked me from moving because they were that upset. It was only God, because I couldn't do nothing but laugh. All I could do was laugh, and I kept telling this dude, God bless you. God bless you. Because, oh my goodness, if you are this hot for me to move so quickly that you got this hot boiling inside of you that you had to control the space, oh my Jesus, God bless you, because your blood pressure right now is boiling. And baby, we're gonna have to call 911, because I'll be telling people I ain't gonna do mouth to mouth, okay? I don't know where your mouth been. So you wanna be mean to people? Oh my goodness, I am still tickled by this event. I was just, reflecting back. I'm thinking, all the things that I shouldn't have done, which I didn't do. Step up to his car or anything like that. I just took a picture of his car, got back in my car, and making sure that I was going to reach out for support. But oh my goodness, individual out here are sometimes a trip. But I thank God when this happened, I was in such a good and great mood, and I did not allow anything to get me out of that. Not even someone blocking me for about 5 minutes at a grocery store parking lot and telling me that I should have moved faster when they asked me to get out of the parking space. Are you kidding me? Over a parking space. Oh, like I told them, namaste. God bless you. God bless you. Because you blessed me today. Ooh, I'm waiting for my victory because I passed that test today. Thank you, Jesus. I receive it. Woo! So let's talk about strength and resilience, right? You have to have this energy, because sometimes the enemy tries to pull you in so many different directions, and you have to have the energy and let him know whose you are. Okay, so let's talk about strength and resilience through the storms, because that's when it's beautiful, through the storm. What is strength and resilience? Or what are some of the things? Let's see where I want to start. It's beautiful. What are challenges of the world that impact our strengths and our resilience, right? There are many things that may impact us. It may be like personal hardship, losing someone that we love, losing a job, a relationship. All of those things can strengthen our emotional strength, and sometimes that may require a lot of deep resilience to recover and heal from that space. you have health issues, right? Or financial struggles, chronic illnesses. Both can be physical and also may require emotional resilience to be able to push through each and every day, to, you know, push your body to do the things that maybe you easily once used to do, and maybe it's a challenge to do those things now, right? So financial disabilities, or struggles such as hardships, when you lose your job, you don't have a certain source of income coming in, that may causes some kind of instability in how one function or operate, so you start having this panic, like, the bills are coming up, they never stop coming, but so all of those things can impact, our strengths and our resilience. Social pressure as well, when you are at a environment, for example, a workplace where there's a lot of stress and burnout situations that may cause one to feel that way, like high expectations, and there is no, self-care or emphasis on self-care, or prioritizing self-care, or there's no balance in between that, or even salary, right? Financial benefits, even social inequality or discrimination. Sometimes systematic barriers can cause some form of discrimination in our system, in which one may give up, especially in our legal system. One may give up and not want to fight a certain situation because, I'm not going to call because, they're not going to show up in, certain zip code or certain area code. All of those type of perception, or even things that does happen, not just a perception, cultural and family expectations may also impact one's strength and resilience. Pressure to conform to societal norms or families traditions, or create that internal struggles that one may go through, or even global, challenges that may impact us, climate change, economic and political instabilities, those type of things, pandemic. We had a public health crisis, for years, and we're still experiencing that same impact today. So it's not done yet, so how does strength and resilience, how can we overcome it? But there are many ways we can overcome our strength, those challenges or things that tend to impact, our strength and resilience. And I encourage you to find that inner peace and that inner space to understand what that is for you, because it is so beautiful when these circumstances come. You start feeling tickled instead of getting angry. You started laughing at things that you're like, wow, are you serious? This is really happening right now. Before I would have been pissed and upset. I mean, I just didn't have nothing in me to be upset. I just laughed. And I was so grateful after the fact that God put that tickling in me in that moment for me to keep laughing about this moment, because the past Dorinda be like, "Arr," you know. So there are many ways we can, go through or build back our strength and our resilience. We can adapt. Be open to changing. Be open to including people in our community to support us through faith, community based, or even self care. Right. But first of all, what is strength and resilience? What is it? Those are the things that sometimes impact our strengths and our resilience, right? So strength is the ability to endure and push through the things, to push, just keep going forward. I said perseverance, right? Just keep going no matter what the circumstances, no matter what the challenges. It doesn't mean that you won't have nights when you cry. You won't have moments when you're upset at certain things, or even at yourself, or making certain choices and decisions. It doesn't mean that you won't, slip and fall. It is the ability to be able to get back up and keep pushing through, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what the situations are, and being able to say, it's tough. It's like climbing a hill, right? Or if when we went on cruise deal with some of the people that I met, they were doing like a water excursion. They did an excursion in which, like, they were pulling up They were fighting against water, basically, kind of strength based thing. That's what strength is. It's no matter what's coming at you, you have that endurance and that faith and that belief that I am still going to go through. I see you coming, but guess what? Keep coming. I don't care because I'm going through because I know who I am, right? That's what strength is. It is, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be a mentally strength that you have to believe in yourself, and it has to come from that internal space and being able to feel that, right? So resilience is the capacity to recover. So the challenges sometimes will come. Sometimes we may even have to go through those challenges to learn and grow and be the people that people we need to be in this world, right? But resilience is the capacity to be able to go through that, recover from it, and not allow it to set you back. But you're still going forward. That's where the strength is kicking, right? You're still growing. You're still doing the things that you need to do. You don't need no cheerleaders now. Sometimes, you may have to do that alone. And that's beautiful and it's okay. Because when you're doing it alone, you're also having that discernment to understand who needs to be in that space with you and who don't need to be in that space with you, because that's going to be relevant when you get to that space to know who's there for you and who's not there for you, because you don't need to be filtering nothing anymore, because the filtering should have already happened. You see what I'm saying? Okay, that's what I'm saying. So when you have strength and resilience, you also have to have mission and a desire to have impact, right? You can't just have this strength and this resilience and not do nothing with it. This is power. What are you doing with it? Because it can give you direction to provide maybe some sense of purpose. So why are you here? What guiding force is leading you, and how are you using this strength and resilience to also nurture and empower the space and the world that you're in, right? Not creating codependency, not creating dependency or enabling, right? But being able to have healthy relationships, right? Desires and things like that that are healthy. Whew, my goodness. How can you also use strength and resilience to make impact? Speaking up for change, right? Um, Standing up for someone who's being bullied, or taking it to the administrator at school instead of just turning your eyes away because it's not your person, or even at the daycare, right? When you see somebody else child being tortured, instead of you saying, well, that's not my child, you know, it could be your child one day if no one speak up, right? So using our voices to make change and impact, that's how strength and resilience can be used in our communities, in our homes, in our churches, in our mosques, in our places of worship all over the world. So those are important. Why do we need strength and resilience? Why does it matter? Oh my goodness. Overcoming challenges. You are going to face challenges. Life is not all about, oh, it's so beautiful every day. It is beautiful. It is lovely, yes. But things are going to happen. So when things happen, you need to reach down within who you are to discover that person and be able to step up and say, you know what, I got this. I may not have all the answers, but I got this head on, right? So, because we have challenges, we have to be able to adapt to change. We're humans. Things are going to happen that sometimes unexpectedly. And sometimes we knew that was going to happen. I didn't know this dude was going to block me today at, a grocery store. I mean, I was having a beautiful day. And, I guess somebody else wasn't. And I guess I ended up taking too long to move. And then, but it's all good, right? So you have to be able to adapt to change, whether it's expected or it is unexpected, because guess what? It's going to happen, right? And it's not that, it's just, why is the world against me? Just me. All of us go through hardship. All of us go through hard time, but we have to be able to have the desire and ability to keep pushing through, because guess what? I always say, I say, you deserve it. You deserve to push through so you can enjoy what's on the other side, baby. Yes, you do, you do, you do. You know. Without strength and resilience, what happens? We are easily overwhelmed. We easily, feel setbacks, or get discouraged by setbacks. It increases our stress level and our anxiety level, and we don't have inner peace. It's really hard to deal with life and a lot of different uncertainties that may pop up. You know, every little uncertainties that we may have to go to the hospital because our heart be jumping. So it's really important that we build that confidence, that strength, that resiliency in us, because that's important to be able to challenge, or go through these challenges that life sometimes throw at us. It also become difficult to adapt to change, like I just mentioned. It also messes with your self-confidence, your motivation to want to do things, because you assume that, well, I don't have the desire, I don't have the strength, you know but you have never really looked in the mirror and really intentionally looked in the mirror and say, you know what's good about you? Be honest. What's good about you today, chick? What's good about you? And tell her all the beautiful thing that's good about her. Not the negatives, all the positive, beautiful things, the strength, the resilience. Or him, what's good about you, dude? Stand in the mirror and say, hey, what's good? What's good today, bro? All of that. So, it also leads to struggles in relationships when we don't have strength and resilience, right? We may give up easily, in situations where we may not need to. There's also personal or you feel lack of fulfillment as well. I think that's heavy one, right? Not having able to feel feel fulfilled. That's important as a human being. Whew. So when all odds seems to be against you, why is strength and resilience so important? Why? Because they keep you moving. They keep you moving forward. They prevent you from feeling hopeless. They prevent you from giving up. They prevent you from seeing yourself as a failure, because you're not a failure. You're a human being and you're going to try something and it's not going to work, but you have to keep holding your head up and you got to keep going back and keep doing it, right? You can't just keep saying, "Who, poor me?" Because if you keep saying, "Poor me," it's a lot of people gonna leave you behind. I'm sorry. It's just the way life is. So you have to get up against all odds and keep on moving and not feeling or staying in that space of despair. And it's not a good place. It help you to also adapt and find solutions to things, no matter how challenges. If plan A doesn't work, okay, is there a plan A one, plan A two, plan A three? Okay, we can't find those options there, solutions. Let's get to plan B. What's plan B? A, plan B. One or two or three, whatever the situation is, but don't give up. Because when you're giving up, you're also saying that you don't deserve it. And yes, you do. So you also build mental toughness, right? Inner peace, to be able to understand that you can withstand uncertain pressures, things that comes and are thrown at you. And sometimes you just sit there and you laugh and you dance to it because it's beautiful when it's being played in your own eyes. It inspire other people also to be strong and to also want to challenge themselves in that way to build such mental toughness or resiliency in them as well. Um, of course, right? So, what does the Bible say about strength and resilience? I wanted to talk about that. Let's talk about that a little bit. So, the Bible offers a lot of verses that talks about the importance of like strength and resilience and encouraging believers to trust in God, even when things are not the best, when things are hard, and when things are difficult, right? So strength comes from God. So Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Isaiah 41:10 says, so do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Woo! Uphold me, Jesus. You know, so, but what does it say about resilience? You know, when we're going through trials and tribulations and hard times, you want Jesus to uphold you. You don't want nobody else or nothing else to uphold you, because I promise you that's the best place you're going to be, protected and guarded, you know. So James 1:2-4 said, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know what the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its works, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Guess what? I know whose I am. So I don't want to lack nothing. So guess what? I'm taking what's mine. I'm taking what's mine, baby. So Romans 5:3-4. Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope. Hope. And what does the Bible say about trusting God in difficult times? Psalms 41:1. God is our refuge and strength, an ever present help in trouble, an ever present help 24/7. 24/7. If anything was lesser than 24/7, he is in it too. Now, guess what? An ever present help in trouble. 2 Corinthians 12:9-10. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in weakness. Not my power is made perfect in strength. So you don't have to always have strength, my brothers and sisters. Just know that God is with you even in those weak moments. But you still got to push through. You still got to call on his name. You still got to praise him, because he loves to commune with you too. He wants to be in that space even when you're not happy. He wants to say, hey, I'm here. I want to cuddle with you. I want to love you. I want to make you feel good. Oh, it's beautiful. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. Woo! Nah. Now that's beautiful. So, resilience, strength, all of those things are rooted in faith in God, allowing us to understand who He is, so that we can endure the difficulties that this world may produce at times, but knowing that my substance is not in my challenges, it's in the one, my Father, the one and only. So don't give up, no matter how hard it is, no matter how challenging it is, no matter how many no's you hear, no matter, how many talks you hear, no matter how many giggles you hear, no matter how many doubts you hear, no matter how many whatever the unbeliever or the unbelief may do, Tune your ears off to those nonsense and choose your peace so that you can lean into your inner strength and resilience to keep pushing through and keep making the impact and purpose, the mission that you're here for, because that's important. That's very important. But, I wanted to bring this topic because, like I said, it's so many things out here in the world that sometimes test you every day. But there's so many beautiful things that life produces too. But you got to make a choice, baby. What you want? Don't let the other stuff dictate it. Choose the peace, choose the resilience, choose the strength, choose you, and choose Him. Choose what gives you peace. This is the Human Narratives, and it is your girl, Dorinda. Let's see if the song is still jamming, man. Before I go, if we can play a little bit more to this. Monica, still standing, my girl. Don't give up. Keep standing, no matter how slippery the floor gets. Keep standing. Cause guess what? When you slipper around, if you got enough grip, guess what, baby? You can hold on. But even when you do fall, right, you got them two knees to get back up. Or you got that arm. You got something. Even if you don't have no knees, no arm, nothing. You got this to get back up. And you got this to get back up. Never forget what you got. All right, y'all, family. God bless. Much love. Thank you for tuning in and always listening. Leave your comments. Download the app so you can leave your comments. Much love. God bless. Always.